Well, welcome back to Changemakers. I'm Professor Byram, and in today's episode, we're diving into something foundational yet powerful in the world of organizations. It's called work design. Have you ever wondered why some jobs just click for people while others feel like a grind? Well, work design often has a lot to do with it. Today, we'll explore 4 main approaches to work design and how they create jobs that are both productive and satisfying. By the end of this episode, you'll have a clearer sense of how work design shapes the workplace and, more importantly, what to look for in a job that's a great fit for you. Well, all right. Let's start with the big question. Why does work design matter so much? Well, think about it. Work is where most of us spend a huge part of our lives. If the structure of our jobs is uninspiring or doesn't allow us to use our skills, it can impact everything from job satisfaction to productivity. Imagine walking into a job where every task is repetitive, every action prescribed. Well, how long would it take before you start to feel checked out? Or on the flip side, imagine a job that's all freedom, but no structure. Sound exciting? Well, it might, but it can also lead to confusion and burnout. Take a second to think about a job you've had, or even a class that felt like a good fit. What was it about that experience that kept you engaged? Well, that's the power of work design. To get a full picture of work design, let's break it down into 4 approaches: engineering, re-engineering, motivational, and socio-technical. Each has its unique flavor, so think about which might suit you best. Well, let's kick it off with the engineering approach. The engineering approach is all about efficiency, creating jobs with specific, repeatable tasks that the work done quickly and accurately. Imagine an assembly line. Each person has a small, well-defined role. It's productive, but as you can imagine, it can get boring if there's no variation. Engineering-based work design can be great in manufacturing or production settings, where the focus is on consistency and speed. But for jobs that demand creativity, it can feel stifling. A well-designed engineering job is efficient, but can risk high turnover if employees start to feel they're just another cog in the machine. Think about a repetitive task that you had before. How did you feel about it? Could you see the benefit of efficiency? Or was it just more frustrating? Well, next up is the re-engineering approach. Here it's all about rethinking workflows for a fresh start. Imagine you're in a customer service, but instead of manually answering common questions, AI tools handle the repetitive inquiries, and you focus on the complex issues. Well, that's re-engineering, finding ways to free up human talent for high-value tasks. Re-engineering works wonders in industries where technology can streamline processes like tech or customer service. But it's not without its challenges. Introducing big changes means adapting to new tech and workflows, which can disrupt routines, create a new learning curve. Can you think of a process in your work or studies that could be overhauled? How might it change your experience? Now, the motivational approach. This one's all about job enrichment, giving employees autonomy, control, and feedback so they feel engaged. Imagine you're a project manager with the freedom to make decisions on your projects. That autonomy can boost your motivation because you have a sense of ownership over your work. The motivational approach is popular in roles where creativity and independence are valued. However, too much autonomy without guidance can sometimes lead to confusion. This approach is a powerful motivator, but it works best when there's a balance between freedom and direction. Think about a time when you had more control over a task. Did it motivate you to do your best, or did it just feel overwhelming? Well, finally, we have the socio-technical systems approach. This approach is a balancing act. It considers both the social and technical elements of work. Think of a tech startup where small, self-managed teams take on entire projects, from concept to completion. Here the team works together, deciding how they accomplish their goals while keeping technical requirements in mind. This approach is great for jobs that rely on team dynamics and require adaptability. The challenge, though, is making sure team members are aligned in their goals and roles. So the balance between independence and collaboration doesn't tip too far in either direction. Now, have you ever worked in a team where you felt that balance between collaboration and an individual task? How did it impact your experience? Of course, no single approach is perfect for every job. That's where the contingency framework comes in. It's about blending these approaches to create a customized work design that fits both the organization's needs and the employee's strengths. Think of it this way. In a hospital, you might use the engineering approach for standardized tasks, like patient records, but apply the motivational approach for doctors and nurses who need autonomy in decision-making. The beauty in this framework is that it considers the unique demands of different jobs and adapts to fit. What kind of blend would make a job appealing to you? Are you someone who thrives on structure? Or do you prefer a role with more freedom? Well, as we wrap up, remember that work design is about creating roles that fit both the job and the person. Understanding the different approaches helps us see what kind of environments we might thrive in. So next time you're looking at a job description, think about which work design approach it might align with, and consider how it matches your own strengths and preferences. Well, Thank you for tuning in to Changemakers today as we explore the world of work design. In our next episode, we'll continue diving into tools and strategies that shape how we approach organizational development. This episode of Changemakers was created with the support of ChatGPT, a language model developed by OpenAI used to help generate ideas and structure the podcast. Special thanks to East Tennessee State University, the College of Business and Technology, and our course textbook, Organization Development and Change, by Thomas G. Cummings and Christopher G. Worley, 11th edition, published by Cengage, which serves as the foundation of our course. Thanks for joining. I am Dr. Obi Paul Byram, and we'll see you next time. Keep making change.